I'm gonna close off my Discord. Hi, Anti Society. Hello. Good morning, everyone. How is everybody? I'm a little bit nervous about this because I don't really have any context for what I'm about to get into because I haven't looked at the titles for these episodes or like anything like, I have kind of my stock image thumbnail now, so I really don't have any context for it. I don't have like the preview like I usually do because the preview I saw for the last episode I watched was for the filler arc. So all I know is the name of the like arc, which makes me excited because it's Arrancar versus Shinigami, and I'm like, this is the moment, right? Like this is when the Soul Reapers get involved. I'm so excited, SSS. So excited. I really want somebody to show up and like bail them out because I don't I don't think they're going to do well because they keep struggling with like the easier Arrancar and even like the lower Espada, and I just need someone to like come in and save them. Like maybe Ichigo can power up enough that it'll work out, but hi AB. I still stand by my theory that I think Ichigo is going to power up soon. I think we're going to see him do something cuz it's been a little while. Cuz the last time we really saw something new from him was like the Soul Society arc, cuz we got the Bankai and we got Hollow Ichigo, and like we spent time in the Arrancar arc of him like kind of mastering the Hollow Ichigo thing, but like he hasn't really gotten a new power up in a little while. Not that he needs to, but this is a shonen anime, so I'm just expecting there to be a moment where he absolutely blows my mind with his like godlike ability. I assume that that's where we're gonna end up. We're gonna end up with like god tier Ichigo at some point. Yes, AB. I know that the manga is something I should look at. I know that uh people tend to post panels from it over on my Discord. So I have seen some of the panels of the fight, like when I did the Ichigo versus Grimjo fight in my last video. The the panels from the manga got posted in the Discord, so I have seen some of the fights in the manga. But we're just gonna have to wait until I can actually get around to reading it. Especially since I'm not really sure if I'll be able to post it on YouTube because it depends on like where the licensing is and like, you know, who's gonna get angry at me for having it on my video. So we'll see how I end up deciding to do that. That's true, SSS. That's true. The fight is pretty much over because we have Orihime. I hope that Orihime like heals some people because we still have Rukia and Sebo just kind of like bleeding out, dying. I don't know what they're doing. They were impaled last time we saw them, and I would like for someone to deal with that. I am worried about the like now they have to get out thing because all of the Espada know they're there. And probably want to pick a fight with them in some way. I don't know if they will though. I guess it'll depend if Aizen wants them to get involved because they're pretty much under his thumb. How would I rate the fight between Ichigo and Grimjo on a scale of 1 to 10? Mm, it was pretty good. I don't think it's like a perfect 10, but definitely a good, maybe like a either maybe like an 8, maybe a 7.5. I feel like we spent more time understanding who Grimjo was and kind of getting context for like his philosophies and stuff like that, that it was like we were like less about like, hey, here's this big epic fight, and more about like, hey, here's this like cool fight, but also like here's how the character works and like why the fight is happening the way that it is. Ooh, also VR games. I made my promise, so I gotta do it. The because I said I would. Gotta do it now that you're here. I was waiting for you to show up. Yeah, each company has like different licensing things. So I know that like Webtoon is usually okay, especially since like for mine anyway, if you've looked at my Tower of God videos, I like cut it up. So I don't do like the whole thing anyway, but I mean, even if it is like safe to react to, um it doesn't mean that it will always be safe to react to, and it doesn't mean that it'll be safe for me, because YouTube has a weird thing where they'll just like take down videos. Um and like some people will be okay and other people won't, and there's not really a system for that. Like it's not even like, oh, I have a small channel so I'm okay. YouTube has a weird thing about just like they just do like spring cleaning, I guess, and they just like take down a bunch of videos. Um, and there doesn't seem to be a real formula to that, but hi Javi, see you soon when you come back to watch the replay. We should get into the episodes though, cause I'm so excited. I really hope some of the Soul Reapers show up. With oh, AB over in the Discord, RV Games was like, "Hey, you have to do the you have to do the bwahaha thing on the next live." So I did. It was a promise I made, and I keep my promises. So let's watch episode 190 though, guys. I want to see it so bad. Hi 300. Don't mind the weirdness of of me just like referencing random things in past Bleach episodes. Don't worry about. Imagine if like I hadn't watched that filler episode though. Imagine the joy that would have been taken out of my life. Ooh, yeah, new opener. Oh, I'm gonna miss Asian Kung Fu Generation a little bit, but it's fine. Is this one of the openers too where there is potentially spoiler material? Not that it really matters to me, but okay. Episode 190. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, I'm already excited. This looks a lot darker. Like, totally. I mean, there's also some rainbows going on, but like, I didn't think I would miss all the Soul Society characters as much as I do, but I do. They like haven't been around for like the last like little part of the arc while we were in like Las Noches, and I'm like, I miss them. Seems like a bit more of, oh, the Visored group. I miss them too. I miss Visored guys. I didn't think I would feel that way, but they're such a cute little like family unit. I miss Urahara. I miss Ishin. You had kind of like a limited cast for the last little bit, so be excited to see some of the old characters again. That's part of the reason I want some of them to show up in Las Noches. Yes, Aizen. Isn't this the episode where there's a bunch of like recap? So we might be like seeing stuff we've already seen for a while. You wanna know what's awful? I kind of forgot that Aizen was planning to like kill off an entire town of people. I forgot that that was like a thing that we had to be worried about. Like there was a timer on that. How awful is that? That's how distracted I've been by the Espada. It's all part of Aizen's plan, isn't it? He's just like distracting me with other things, so I won't know. I won't remember that there's a whole sinister plan going on. Yes. I'm excited to see what happens when Ukeora comes back. Because he's probably like a little bit upset that he was like teleported out. I know I would be. I don't know how upset Ukeora can get because he's pretty like straight faced, but I'd be a little bit upset. AB, he wants to become Jamie Lannister. I don't know if that's a good thing. Jamie went through some stuff, more so in the books than in the TV show. I like him better in the books. Yes. Unfazed Ukeora. I am also worried about Ichigo because we do have the whole he did like technically die thing, and I feel like that's gonna have to come back in some way because you don't like you're not temporarily dead without that like affecting your psyche or like in his case like the fact that he has the whole like hollow inside of him freaks me out the implications that like his hollowness is getting like stronger or like more ingrained to who he is. I just feel like that's gonna sneak up on him. Like he's not gonna realize that like white Ichigo is like still lurking there. Hi Senna. Hello. Oh, is that so? Machiavelli. That there's like certain symbolism with him with Ukeoda. They're gonna make me watch this incident again, aren't they? I'm like mostly looking at the chat because I'm like I'm not ready to live through it again. I should probably I'm just gonna get Totoro. You know, I know I've seen it. I know how it turns out. Still freaks me out. Yeah. And then he got Kilowatt. Really, Senna? You thought that Ukiura was one? I thought he was three, I think is what I said before. So I was close. I was like one off. Oh, is that true? 300? Each Espada is like a different aspect of death. I didn't know there were so many. I mean, I did notice that like because Ukiura like has the number four and four is associated with death, but I don't know like the nuances of different aspects of death. I like that like Grimjo shows up and then the electric guitars come in. I agree, yeah, SSS, the like look of just Ichigo trying to comprehend the fact that who he was fighting was only number four. Heartbreaking. It's cool though. He's gonna beat up Grimjo a little bit. I mean, we're gonna have a cool fight first, but oh, Grimjo's destruction? I believe that. I believe that destruction fits Grimjo pretty well, considering he's about to like break a bunch of these like tower pillar things with Ichigo. Yeah, AB, that was something that they talked about, right? Was that Ukiura always aims for like the chest, like the upper chest, when he like kills people because that's where like his soul chain was originally. And then yeah, Grimjaw has one lower in like his stomach. It's kind of interesting though. Like makes sense that that was kind of like the mark of like their like death in a way too, like because you become a hollow because you lose that soul chain, right? I'm like a little bit distracted by this fight because I still think it's so cool. I just love Grimjo's fighting style. Like all the flips and kicks and stuff. I just think it's cool. Nope. He's about to make your day difficult. But like first a speech. A motivational speech. It's a good question, Senna. Why are hollows have like the hole in different places? I think I've asked that before. I'm like, because before it was just in the chest, which is like really where we saw the soul chain, but it kind of shifts, especially with like higher ranking hollows. So I don't know why they're in different places. I wonder if it has to do with the fact that they like are really a collection of hollows. Like because they like eat other hollows, right? So is it like because they're technically a bunch of hollows together in one form that like I don't know, it shifts? Is it because they have a different form? So it's in a weird place? I don't know. You know the fight's about to get real when Ichigo's fight music comes in. The power of friendship. A little bit upgraded though. I agree, Machiavelli, that it's like him that he's like, I'm gonna beat everybody all the way to the top, all the way to Aizen, considering he had to struggle to beat Grimjo and also like did not beat Ukeota. Like, I mean, he could get there eventually. Not right now. And he still helps him because Ichigo is a good person. Even though Grimjo's gonna have to deal with the fact that like he did get defeated. I do like the symbolism of the scene though, where he goes from dark to light. Because it's like he was kind of the hollow form, and then he kind of like he comes back to like the Ichigo that Orihime knows. Oh no. Oh no. It's true. You probably should have said that she was light. She wasn't heavy at all. Oh, hello again. You're still kicking? We're moving around? You look a little rough. The confidence, though, to just like throw away his Zanpakuto. Oh, dang! It's teeth! I think it is. It looks like his weapon. It is. Oh no. Ichigo cannot fight another one. He is beat up. He is tired. He has thrown away his Zanpakuto. He needs like at least 5 minutes. Ooh. Well, that's really gonna make Grimjo mad. That like Ichigo helped him. I feel like that's gonna come back in some way. He just did a fight. Also, how like strong does it prove that he is? Because he's fighting an already like really weakened opponent. I'm just saying. Grimjo at least had the decency to be like, make sure he's healed all the way before we fight. It's gotta be fair. Oh, number 5. So slightly higher than Grimjo. Somewhere in between Ukeota and Grimjo. I thought maybe he was 7. Is 7 the one that we haven't seen yet? Good. Someone's has rescue in mind. Uh-oh. Are they back where they were before? Ooh, he has a cape. Ishida, you would love that. I really do feel like if Ishida was like the closest version to an Espada of Ishida is pink-haired Espada. I hope we get to see Visored again soon. Ishin! Ishida, Sosuke, or Death the Kid? They're all very different. Like in terms of character, power set, um, like design. My sweet boy. I like the foreshadowing where it's like, hey, this is what we're gonna be on the show next. Subtle. Uh, but yeah, like what choosing between Ishida, Sasuke, or Death the Kid in what capacity? Because I feel like I like them for different reasons. Like Death the Kid, I like his character design the most. Ishida, I think I like his. Mm, I think it's really between Ishida or Death the Kid now that I think about it. I'm like Sasuke. Eh. Sasuke's okay. I mean, I haven't seen all of Naruto, so maybe he gets cooler later on, but Sado is not dead. I refuse to accept a world in which Seto is dead. I'm sure he's just hanging out, taking a nap, resting up. Yeah, I mean, I liked I feel like the OP for this one is just like slightly calmer. I tend to like a little bit more hype openers. So I think I like some of the more rock and roll metal kind of ones a little bit more. But I haven't heard any of the openers for Bleach anyway that I'm like, I don't really like this one, like that I would want to skip it. So that's impressive. I feel like I don't have a lot to talk about with that one because it was like mostly recap. It was mostly like, remember that this was what the main story was that we just like dropped for a whole arc. So it was mostly just at the end. I'm very upset that someone is already attacking Ichigo though. Like just give him a minute. Give him like 2 seconds to just like catch his breath. Maybe like get some healing. I don't know. Just like take five. When was the last time he like ate or slept? I'm very worried. Do I think Ichigo can beat Teeth? Ugh. I think it would be very, very hard for him to beat like another Espada in general. Like if he was full at full power and like had could like use all of his power and was well rested and didn't have any injuries, because he had a tough time with Grimjo. Like he really did have to push himself to win that fight. He's nowhere near the ideal condition to be fighting someone else, and like another Espada. So I don't feel good about it. Not unless like something else happens. I feel like at the moment he's just kind of surviving the fight, and even that seems to be like a little bit of a difficult thing for him to be doing. So I don't feel great about it. I don't feel great. I hope that he gets some backup. My theory is still that someone's going to show up. I feel like someone is working out how to come and help them, like either in the Soul Society or just like friends that Ichigo's made. Like, I don't know what to call them because there's like Urahara and like Ishin and like people who are like basically at the power set of Soul Reapers, but like they're not actually because it's complicated. So I have a feeling someone's gonna show up though. Maybe even I don't know if Vizard would show up. I feel like Shinji has a soft spot for Ichigo and his friends, but I don't know if he would show up to bail them out again. It's a lot to ask of someone to like just run in to like Las Noches and like fight a bunch of really powerful opponents like without any real plan. So that's fair 300. I was trying to think like how long have they actually been there, because even like time moves weird in anime anyway, especially if it's like where fights are concerned. So I'm not really sure how much time is passing, but also like how much time is passing just like in uh Hueco Mundo. Like how does time work in this like hollow dimension? So, and they're all like, I guess like Ichigo is technically in his like soul form. So does he need to eat and sleep? Or is that just like his physical body? I'm not sure. How do I feel about Ishida and Arenji? Their fight? I don't feel good about that either because they did not do a good job, and their Espada can just like eat people or like hollows or his little like doll things that he made and completely heal himself, which is like not what they can do. And again, like they haven't had any healing or rest either from that fight. Like they sort of rested, but they've mostly been like on the move. I feel like they're all tired now because they've been doing this for a while. Like they're either injured because they were like got in a fight where they got really hurt, or they're just beat up and exhausted at this point. Like they've used up so much of their like spirit pressure and their energy just to get to where they are that I feel like the best case scenario is like new people show up to help them. Yeah, I agree, AB. Like a lot of the fights in Soul Society were like ideology based, and I talked about that while we were actually watching it, but also I knew that they weren't trying to kill any of Ichigo and his friends. Like we knew that they were trying to capture them and interrogate them and like figure out what was going on, and like they weren't really interested in like actually like death matches, even with like captains and lieutenants like fighting in and of themselves, like in among themselves. We knew that it wasn't really a death match. Whereas this, I'm like, yeah, the Espada are gonna try and kill off some people. Definitely. I agree, Machiavelli, that like Renji and Ishida like struggling with number 8 of the Espada is definitely worrisome. But I also wonder like how much the rank matters, because maybe he's number 8, but maybe that's like not a good gauge of his power. And like is it and like what is that power really measured in? I know it's like a certain amount of like spear pressure and like what they have access to and stuff, but I think it also depends on like how you use that power. And he seems to like have a lot of strategic thinking and seems to kind of use that more to his advantage than anything else. So it's like less about how he uses like raw strength and more about like the way that he chooses to use that power. Should we watch the next episode? We get into like the real first episode, 191. Or we're actually gonna hopefully see some more stuff happening. I don't feel good about this fight. I really, if I have one prediction, it would be that someone from Squad 11 is gonna show up. Because I don't believe for a second that like Kenpachi's just like chilling out and like obeying the rules where they're like, you're not allowed to go and help them because it's like against the rules when there's like a really powerful enemy he could be fighting. I'm just saying. I want to see some like flashback to him just like being angry because he's trapped in Soul Society while there's like a fight happening. Yeah, I agree. Both 300 and AB, I think you're right, is like he's not even playing fair in the like he's like taking some of Renji's and Ishida's power that like how are they supposed to like they can't even fight at full power because they're not playing on like a fair and level playing field. Okay. 191 in 3, 2, 1, go. Yamichika versus Ukeura. Can you imagine? Nataro versus Ukeura? I couldn't do that one. How's Kira? I worry so much about Kira. How's oh my gosh, why can't I remember her name? The lieutenant for that was Aizen's lieutenant. I can't remember her name and I feel so bad. Uh Hinamori, right? How's she doing? She doing okay? She was not in a good mental space last time we saw her. Ugh. I feel like my internet's being weird now. I do hope that Hinamori fights, or at least gets at least one hit in on Aizen. I don't think she would win in a fight against Aizen, but I want her to at least get a hit in. I feel like my video is buffering and skipping around, and I'm sorry. With the outfit change. I feel like that's a good start to this too, because this is technically like act two of like it's like the second half of the Arrancar arc. That shit. Hello. Ooh. It's true. He did bring Adenji to fight him. He did choose where they were fighting because he did bring Adenji to that room specifically. It's because the room like saps their power a little bit. Yeah, the monologue to be like, this is my plan all along, but that does feel very to character. To it does feel like something he would do. Also, the show is widescreen now, which freaks me out a little bit. See, he's got the evil laugh to go with his evil monologue. He's just got the like evil thing going on. Like I have to sit a little bit more proper. Don't mind me. Yeah, Ramiro. It's like finally widescreen. You can kind of see how far the show has come. That it's widescreen now. They have to like keep putting stuff on the sides to make up for it. This was a cool fight though. Like cool tactic on Ishida's part. I mean, it didn't work to the effect that he wanted, but it was a cool execution. You know what's messed up when like even these like hollow doll creatures are like freaked out. Oh no, it's buffering. No. Aw, my show is buffering. I don't know why. Oh well. I guess I'm not gonna be able to have the like little timer up because it's gonna be off. I apologize. It just like randomly buffered even though my internet connection is fine. What side am I watching? I'm watching it through Crunchyroll. And it just like was weird. So I apologize. I'm at 8 minutes 16 seconds is where I'm gonna start from, if that is a helpful thing to know. Uh so in 3, 2, 1, go. We'll see if it works out okay. Just the nature of live reactions. Yes, he's going to put on a new outfit. Yes, he's always keeping track of everything. You'll use my glasses. It doesn't glare as much because my laptop's like down a little bit, so I don't know if you can see any of it in my glasses. It's just gonna be a little bit weird. I apologize. It's the way it is sometimes. He's gonna fight at his full power. I don't feel good about that either. Why are we eating the Zanpakuto? I'm very uncomfortable. He makes me very uncomfortable. Definitely a Mayuri wannabe. What minute am I on? 11 minutes, 40 seconds. Ew. And it makes like copies? That shit. RNG, keeping it real. I think I needed that little bit of comedy though, because he's freaking me out. So his power is he doesn't have to fight. That's some king level stuff right there. Oh no. Ichigo. He still needs to rest. Oof. My stream disconnected for a little while. I apologize. We were doing so well. Oh, poor little Nell. Oh, that's intimidating. That shit. Can't they just like switch who they're fighting though so they don't have to fight themselves? Uh, 16 minutes is where I'm at. Oof. Oh, yeah. He's not good. Like he's not even at his full power too. Like Does Ichigo even have the strength to go into his hollow form? Because I feel like he used it all up. Oof. Look at Orihime thinking of fighting, though. I like the spirit. Are we worried about now? Because I'm worried about now. Is she able to hide herself? Or can they sense where she is? Ooh. What was that? I agree, AB. I don't see Ichigo winning this fight by himself. No, no. He remembered her name. Didn't bother to remember Ichigo's name. Do they know each other? That's my question. We finally come across one of the Espada that seems to know who Nell is. Interesting. Ishida is so done. Why not? Yes. Tell me, who is Nell? What now? What now? We're ending there. We're ending on she used to be an Espada. I would like an explanation. It's a major spoiler. Should I watch the preview or should we stop now? Up to you guys. We're just the Ender's playing right now. I don't need to watch the preview. Don't watch the preview. People seem to be on the side of me not watching the preview. Okay. I'll just turn it off then. We won't watch. We won't watch the preview then. Everyone's on the side of me not seeing the preview, so we won't do it. My brain is trying to catch up to what just happened. I'm not okay, you guys. Because I've been saying for a while, since like, I don't know if it was the first time we saw Nell or when, but I was like, the only like hollows that look that human are the really powerful ones. So I'm like, I'm assuming Nell is one of the more powerful hollows. But if she is, then why isn't she in Las Noches? Like, why isn't she like with everybody? And I'm like, what's her power? Like, what's her story? She just seems to like not fit with the other like Arrancar and hollows that are like outside of Las Noches. And I'm like, well, no one's recognized her so far. Like, no one's acknowledged her until this point. So I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if you can hear my dad's car revving, but I apologize for that. Have I recovered from Grimjo getting sneak attacked by his own kind, I guess? Another Espada? Remarkably well, actually. I don't think I have the same emotional attachment to Grimjo. Plus, we know the Espada are like very competitive in and of themselves, so I don't think it's that big of a shock that they would be fighting each other. Um, but I'm not recovering the whole Nell thing. So does that mean that she's like one of the like the 3-digit Arrancar then? Does she have a number? What number was she? What number Espada was she? Sorry, the noise from my dad is distracting me. I just I've wanted to know Nell's story for like a while now. Yeah, the I feel like there's gonna be some growth with Grimjo that I'm really interested to kind of see where his character goes because one, he lost to Ichigo, so he's gonna have to deal with that. And two, Ichigo like helped him, like stopped him from being killed. So he is going to have to deal with that too. Like both I think being angry at Ichigo for like winning the fight and out matching him in the fight, but then also mad at Ichigo for like having to be rescued by him. So, okay, so former Espada is different from fallen Espada. So, does that mean is it kind of like what happened with Grimjo where like he but he wasn't one of the 3-digit ones, or is it just that she like left or she got demoted in some way like there were more powerful ones? So, she got replaced. It was Nell all along. I don't want spoilers. I'm just that. Cuz I remember before where like I was wondering like if like we were talking about like why Grimjo didn't become like one of the 3-digit Arrancar. So if it is a little bit more like what happened with Grimjo, then it's just like losing your number. Yeah, I want to know what number she was. I want to know what number Nell was because we haven't really seen her utilize her powers yet. So I'll be very interested to see where Nell ranked if that matters. She has a lot more power than I guess we've seen her utilize up to this point. My brain is like not prepared to deal with that. And the fact that I have to wait. But I should make some food and get some work done. My stream went out partway through and the weirdness with buffering and stuff. It is what it is, you know, live reactions. So they're fun when they work and they're a little bit stressful when they don't. But I will see you guys soon. Whether it's the new Tower of God video that's going up tomorrow or Wednesday when there'll be more Bleach and over in the Discord. So I will see you guys in whatever video you decide to watch me in. I don't know why I'm being awkward at the end of this, but bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.